Have you ever said, help, I just launched my midterm rental and I'm not getting any bookings. What the heck do I do? Don't stress, I got you. All right, so I got a question in from Instagram and I just got my first midterm rental and it's listed on the market, but how long should I wait without getting any bookings before I should be concerned in some sense? Launching a midterm rental or short-term rental is super scary.
It's pretty scary stuff, huh?
How do you know, is the market overly saturated in 2023? Let's figure this out. First off, congratulations on launching your first midterm rental. For those who don't know, a midterm rental, and you're leasing it anywhere between 30 days to under a year usually. For most people, they have a down payment for a house, they have monthly mortgage payments, and then there's a ton of furnishing costs. So when should you be worried? In this case, he says that he hasn't gotten any traction in 3 days. Now, 3 days is not that long, but here are some things that you can do in the meantime. The first would be to check to see if you're actually getting views on Airbnb. So to do that, let me share my screen. Okay, so I would go into Airbnb, switch to hosting. So the first thing you would do is go into Insights. And then from here, once you're in Insights, you can switch your listing. Now you cannot be a co-host for the listing. You have to be the owner of the listing to see the insights. But for this sense, I'm the owner of this Lake Tahoe midterm rental, and I can see what the views are. Okay, in this instance, I have 239 views for this listing, but 0 bookings, also because I currently have a tenant inside there, so they can't actually really book anything right now. So I would look to see, are you even getting views in general? So you can go into Airbnb and you can see, are you actually getting any views? In this case, 239 views. Now you don't have any data points to compare it, but you could network with other operators to see if they are also getting views. The next thing I would do is go into Furnish Finder. Right now, if you don't have any leads, that just means that you don't have any direct booking inquiries, but you will probably have unmatched housing requests. And so every single unmatched housing request, so you should reach out to them, send them a message, and oftentimes there's just a few things that are off and it'll tell you why you didn't match. So in this case, their budget. They have a budget of under $1,200. So depending on what your property is, this specific property that's on Furnish Finder is listed at $2,000. They may not want to message them because they can't fit the budget. But you can go ahead and you can see exactly why they didn't match up. This one's budget again. If you are flexible on budget, then maybe that's something that you can reach out to them and say, hey, you're looking at $1,600 here. I'm listed for $2,000. Could we meet somewhere in the middle? But when you connect with them, reach out and try and connect with whoever they're working with. So if they're working with a company, maybe you can ask for the company HR travel officer. Or you can, if they're traveling as a travel nurse, maybe you can find the recruiter officer. But there's other things that you can get other than just them directly. Who else do they know that may be traveling in that area that can also refer you? So that's the next thing I would do. The third thing is to network. If you are stuck, lean on your network as much as possible. That's super important. So if I'm looking to network, go into Facebook, and let's just do that right now. For example, let's just see all the different Facebook groups for Columbus travel nurses. I have no idea if there's a group for that, but let's just see. And let's go into groups and let's see what pops up. There's no Columbus travel nurse. Maybe there's a Columbus furnished rental group. Oh, look at this. There's corporate housing and furnished rental landlords, midterm rental communities, temporary furnished rentals, Bay Area furnished rentals, Columbus rental connection for rent. So there are so many different Facebook groups that you can go in and be an active community for. No one in groups are going to give you free listings or just allow you to spam and post whatever you need to post without also contributing. So be an active member of the group, comment on other people's listing, and that way people are more likely to also refer you out or help you when you do need help. The next thing I would do is go to meetups. Facebook groups in person, which 9 times out of 10, if you're able to share a drink with someone and build that relationship, they are more than happy to either refer you to someone else that they know and or help you yourself. So for example, I would also go to just meetup.com and see what real estate investing groups are happening in your area. So in this case, let's go to real estate investing. And yes, I do have a paid subscription because we host meetups ourselves in California. And I want to go ahead and say San Jose. And let's see all the different real estate investing groups that are here. And if you want to meet more people, try to go to them. And better yet, ask your friends who you know which events are vetted to have midterm rental investors and pick those. And if you don't know, just go to them all. Most of these are all free. You're just meeting someone, and your goal when you get to these meetups is just to figure out, hey, who else is doing midterm rentals? I'd love to just chat about it. That is your only goal. You're not trying to sell someone. You're just trying to figure out who else is doing the thing that would help you best. And then the last thing, as you get to meet other people, whether it be online or in person, start a group. So for example, I'm just really big on community building because I think the more you build community, the more people will also help you. I started a text thread with people that I have met at meetups. And so now we have an active text thread of midterm mental lead sharing. And at this point, anytime that we're connecting with another travel nurse, a recruiter, an insurance lead, we have a list of all of our properties together on one spreadsheet that has at least 50 properties. And we just say, hey, we have a lead in this city. Does anyone have an open rental? And we're able to help each other out. For example, as you get deeper into the space, your contacts with these recruiters and insurance providers are going to be the gold mine for you. But you also want to provide value for these other businesses. So in a sense, when Jane Smith, who works for ALE Solutions, reaches out and says, hey, I need a 2-bedroom in San Francisco. I have this text thread of, I have this lead, I have this need, can anyone fill this? And obviously the group gets first dibs, but then we're also able to pass it along to our network just to make sure that we're able to fill that other person, that other business's needs as well, which if we solve their problems, they're more likely to come back to us first, which also solves our problems. And the last thing that I would do is check your listing. How good are your photos? Did you actually get professional photos? Like, let me know. Or did you just take them with your iPhone and you think that's good enough? Because guess what? It's probably not. And the last thing,
somebody that reminds us it's the last one,
would be to look at your pricing. You're probably priced too high. Take it down $100, $200 and see what happens. Also look at the market. Go into Furnish Finder and Airbnb and try to book something that is your size in the date range that you're looking for. And just to see, hey, am I over or under in the market? Make some adjustments. And clearly if you're not getting booked, you're probably too expensive. I hope that helps. It is scary launching an Airbnb midterm rental business, not exactly knowing. And so for me, in order to alleviate some of that stress, I try and find as many people as possible in the market that I'm investing, not only to build a support group, but also to share leads because that is so powerful. So if you are investing in midterm rentals down below, let's make a fun little community of comments. Comment where you are managing midterm rental units. And so if you find someone else who's in your market, send them a message and reach out and maybe they can help you find leads. I hope that helps. My name is Josh Baldovino. I am a marketer and a real estate investor. My goal is to help people build income through real estate investing or reach more people through social media. If you want to connect, I'll link all my socials on my website down below. Last but not least, if this video helps you at all, please give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Cheers.